Professional pilot on the phone joining us now live to give us a little more insight into what could have happened. Mr. Thomas Terry is on the phone with us. And Tommy, thank you for joining us tonight at such late notice. You know, you've been flying for close to 20 years now as a professional pilot. In your expert opinion, I mean, how often does something like this happen for a commercial plane to collide midair with a military aircraft?
This is extremely rare for something like this to ever happen. These aircraft are flying in some of the busiest airspace in the world, most protected airspace in the world. The tower has them on a radar contact, and both aircrafts are equipped with equipment to warn them of other aircraft in the area. So it's an extremely rare occurrence.
And when you talk about those that equipment that could warn them, so with that, how could something like this happen? Is it? I know it's too early to tell, but could this have been an equipment malfunction, or does this give any indication of maybe some human error?
You know, I certainly wouldn't want to make any assumptions as exactly what happened and what the crews were dealing with at this moment. This equipment is installed in the majority of these aircraft, especially airline and military aircraft. So for them to get an alert, you have to maybe understand exactly what the scenario is that they're in. Did they follow those protocol? Again, I hate to comment on what a crew might have been dealing with, but it's extremely rare, and I think at this point, it's difficult to make any assumptions, and there's going to be a lot of answers or a lot of questions to be answered in the next few days.
And Tommy, you were telling me earlier about some of the equipment that pilots are equipped with. So if there is some sort of a surprise, aircraft that comes all of a sudden in your view, what could they you say you talked about protocol, equipment, and alerts that they get. What could have been done?
Well, if they get an alert, a lot of times, depending on what type of alert, and the system's called TCAS. It's an acronym. It's Traffic Collision Avoidance System. And if they get close enough, typically these systems will tell them to either climb, turn, or any number of things. And the crew would typically follow that protocol. Again, in that situation, I'm not being in that situation. I hate to make any assumptions to that, to what the crew would have been dealing with. Or they one aircraft might have had a malfunction, or would have gotten a separate instruction from from air traffic control. So there's a lot of factors that would to consider to make a determination like that.
Mr. Terry, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you.